those questions when you're ready.
When we've heard a lot about how it's a really big off season for you, what was important for you this off season?
I think just making the most of it. It's my last year. I just wanted to go all out. So just enjoying every moment was what I was really focusing on.
What do you feel like you grew or got better throughout the off season, or healthier?
Yeah, definitely healthier, and I think just learning to have fun while playing again, and just not focusing too much on like the mistakes and making like the little things, but just really trying to help my team just what I can. I really focus on that this offseason.
From a mental and emotional standpoint, is there a correlation between Brynn is healthy and Brynn is happy?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think that when I'm healthy, I'm just happier. When I'm not in pain, I think everyone's happier, but I think that when I'm healthy, I do it better on the court as well, and so that makes me happy.
Not to belabor the point, but last year, how much was that going on where you were looking down at your wrist and you were in pain and it wasn't going well for you?
Yeah, I think it was just a lot of frustration as well. I wasn't playing as well as I really wanted to, and I think that my wrist really contributed to that a lot, so I was really unhappy for most of the season, but yeah, I think it definitely played into it a lot.
What's allowed this senior group to kind of mesh together? You have some transfers, you have some holdovers from the previous staff. What's kind of allowed that to kind of come together like it has over the last 3 years?
I think that we all just really have bought into the culture that Coach Brynn has tried to instill in us, and I think we've done a better job in just passing that down to the new people, and that they've really bought in as well. So it's really just a two-way street between the seniors and the new people as well.
How did you navigate last year when it was frustrating and unhappy?
I think I tried to step out myself a little bit and try to just contribute in any way I could, whether it just be like talking on the bench. Like if that was my job for the game, then I guess that would just be my job. So I think that I really just bought into the process and try not to dwell too much on what I couldn't control and what I try to focus on what I could.
Coach Brynn had talked about being able to get reps again in the gym, like really helps you confidence-wise. Like, what's the correlation to that?
I think I've always been someone that's just like shot a lot of reps in the off season, and even during the season as well, just like keep my shot just like sharp and feel confident. And since I couldn't do that last year, I wasn't as happy with my shot and like the results I had, so I think that definitely showed. But this off season I was recovering, but mostly healthy, and I feel like that has played a lot into like my confidence, my shot.
The obvious is this core, this is your last time together. I'm curious, how much you talk about it, speak about it, say what you want out of it, or is it just kind of a known thing?
I think we talk about it a lot, especially during practice. If there's a drill that we're doing and we're not happy with how it's going, we're like, okay guys, pick it up. Like, especially the core group that we have that are graduating this year, we're like, okay, this is our last year, we need to make the most out of it, and we're not going to have anyone, or including ourselves, take anything for granted, and that's definitely something we're close on in practice.
And with an open game against a program like Florida State, how much do you like that compared to, for lack of a better word, a lesser competitive team that would be Europe?
I mean, I think it's a great test for us, and they're obviously a great team, and it's really going to show where we're at and how we have been progressing, and I feel like we're in a good spot, and so having a competition like that so early is definitely going to help us in going forward.
Letty, Coach Brynn said you can play more of the 5 at times. Like, what's been the process of getting comfortable with that position?
I think it's definitely been, over the course of my 4 years, I've played 4 and 5, and at Dayton I was 5 all the time, so it's kind of like going back to that. And I feel like if I'm confident in what I'm doing in every spot, I think I will be okay, so that's really just what I'm focused on with that.
Kendall both have the ability to shoot it. Like, what do you like about the idea of maybe like a 5-out looking lineup?
I think we have an offense that really stretches people out. It's like really hard to guard, and I think guarding it, I know it's really hard to guard, so it's really nice that we have the ability to do that this year.
With the 3 seniors coming back for their 5th year, was that sort of anticipated all season that they would come back? Were there conversations among the team? What was that kind of like going into that decision that they all made?
I guess I always thought they were going to come back, but there were a ton of conversations until the last couple of games, but that was definitely something I was hoping that they would come back throughout the whole entire season, so I was happy when they announced it officially.
And just, back-to-back seasons with sort of heightened expectations around the program. Do you feel like maybe after last year you guys are better equipped to handle that this season, and what does that sort of involve and entail?
Yeah, I think we're definitely better equipped to handle that, and just I feel like last season really prepared us in a lot of ways. We faced a lot of things that we weren't really used to, and so going forward I think we know how to better handle those situations.
Makara at Media Day described you as like scary now, the more you practice. What's that look like?
I think I'm just really competitive. I kind of try to rub up on my teammates as well, so maybe that's scary. I don't know. But
How big for you were those overseas games just to get basketball, like back in the world of basketball?
That was amazing. Just the whole trip experience was amazing, but those games were really nice. I finally felt like I played a basketball game again, and yeah, and like play overseas something I wanted to. So that was definitely a good experience to have.
You've known Makara going all the way back to date. I've heard her described as happy, like a lot. That was very much different from last year. I almost feel like you two were going through almost a very, very similar thing. Just have you noticed her just overall demeanor kind of a little bit different in practice, a little bit different this offseason?
Yeah, I think Makara, when she's at her best, is very competitive, and she kind of rubs off on all of us with her like positive energy, and I feel like I've seen that very consistently almost every single day since the summer, so that's definitely a good thing to see this year.
Everybody good?